always happy to have Marcellas here. We're going over all the big, extravagant costumes from the big Met Ball last night. It's a gala. It's all about the costumes. I think people forget that sometimes.
Speaking of dresses, I think you're smuggling one in your pocket.
Right? You've out-kerchiefed Steve.
It's spring today, and I'm being a little festive.
It's blooming. Do you have handkerchief envy, Steve?
Better, Steve.
There you go.
The battle of the pocket square.
Okay, so let's get to last night's looks. Rihanna in this haute couture gown, go pay.
The dress that inspired a million memes. This is horrible. First of all, I don't like fur, and I'm just going to say it. I think that we can move away from that. And I know it's Rihanna, and she's the queen of the world, but I don't like fur.
What's under it?
I guess it's like a tiny little dress under this big cape she's
like
working.
A robe.
Hopefully a pair of underwear.
It's like a giant, it's like the most luxe bathrobe you've ever seen in your life.
Or a bedspread.
It looks like the bath, that little like thing that goes, the bath mat that you like around the toilet. It's so ridiculous.
Remember those?
It's really awful. And it's like, again, like she's got like the leg out, she's got like the top out, but then she still manages to show off all her goods while she's
I'm surprised PETA wasn't there.
PETA should have been there tossing stuff at her.
Like or on the back, like a pizza. Okay, next up we have Sarah Jessica Parker, and she was with the headdress and H&M, right? She wore something from H&M.
This is my worst dressed woman of the night. It is for the Costume Institute. It does not mean, however, that you wear a costume. You dress for the thing.
And the thing was Chinese,
and the dress was
right?
China Through the Looking Glass, which is the big exhibit that will be going on at the Met.
She's auditioning for the next Hunger Games.
Or
she's a girl on fire.
Literally, like
it looks Maleficent-ish.
It's like, you know, Jennifer Lawrence in like 50 years. This is ridiculous.
Everyone's talking about it. Okay, what about J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez? You're always a fan of her, no? Yes?
Look at
I
his
am
face.
always a fan of Jennifer Lopez. Unfortunately, Jennifer Lopez chose last night to lose her mind. This is completely inappropriate. When did dressing up become an excuse to wear as little clothes as possible? I call it the Kim Kardashian effect. And somebody like Jennifer Lopez.
More covered up.
Kim pulled off the hat trick last night. She managed to look short and fat in a dress that was barely there.
Okay.
Burn.
Wow.
That was an awful dress.
This was for Saatchi, though.
Is this see-through?
It is. It's illusion mesh. It's ice skater stuff, which you never want to be a reference for your dress, by the way. And then it's just crystals all over illusion mesh.
There was a lot of that going on, the ice skater stuff.
So much of that last night.
Okay, Madonna.
Okay, this is
Moschino, right?
This is Moschino. This is ridiculous. I'm so tired of Madonna. Okay, so the back of it has Rebel Heart written on it. We know you have a new album out. Actually, that album has been out for a while. It's not a hit. It's time for you to move on and stop like putting it in our faces. Rebel Heart, Rebel Heart, Rebel Heart.
Okay.
And I
will say I loved her hair.
It slips into costume again. It's like, okay, we get you.
But it is a costume ball.
Stevie
No, it isn't. It is not a costume ball.
Wait a minute.
It is an excuse to wear a beautiful gown in the theme of the night, not a costume.
You see the giant safety pin.
The giant safety pin,
What
but
was
that's
that
because
about?
it's Moschino. Moschino is supposed to be whimsical.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to say what I want to say about Madonna.
Say it. Just really quickly, we'll move on.
Too old to be dressing like it's a costume.
Okay.
Dress your age. Naked next time.
Beyonce is Givenchy.
See another one.
Ice-capades.
I don't understand this. You are the biggest artist in the world. You are a grown woman with a child and a husband. Why are you dressed like this? It is completely inappropriate. I don't need to see all of Beyonce's business. We've seen it all.
Maybe
We've
you
gone to the
don't.
concert.
Some of us
But
do.
is there
Some people want
anybody
it.
in the world that hasn't seen it? There's a time and a place for this. If this is your concert, by all means, do what you want to do. But this is the Met Gala. Put on some clothes.
Marcellas, I ask you this: who wore it better, Beyonce or
J-Lo?
No. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Where?
Do we have it? I guess we don't.
What the heck
Okay, we didn't have that. So, Solange. We're moving on to Solange.
Are we moving forward?
I'm confused. Is this Star Wars?
It literally is like the cosmos is sucking her in, like she's getting sucked into a
that
black
a
hole.
wormhole?
And I wish it would happen like
black
faster
hole?
than not. I can't understand this
It
dress.
looks like
I think I'm having a seizure.
And last year, I mean, you know, last year was Elevator Gate, but she looked beautiful beating Jay-Z up in the elevator. This year, she just looks
Dressed
crazy.
like an elevator.
And you don't want to have to wear a gown where you constantly have to walk around like this to get the full effect of the dress.
Well, she's protection though.
Yeah, it's like a whole solar system going on right there.
No one's getting anywhere near her in that dress. You don't want to be a part of that photo.
Now,
I'm so
you're
confused by that.
Sienna Miller, I really thought she looked great on all the red carpets this year. Last night, what do we think?
Well, compared to what we saw, I don't know. It's
Compared
not so
to
bad.
what we saw, I don't have a problem with this in a weird way. It's sort of got this
subtle.
Asian influence. It's subtle.
In comparison.
In comparison, she doesn't have all her business. Well, she has a lot of her business on
forgot
display,
to
but
put
she
on the
doesn't
top.
have all her business on display.
I like when people dress like Fraggles.
I think
You know, it's in fashion to look like a
it's got a little
Fraggle.
texture. You want to go up in rubber.
A lot of people really like this one, as did I. Amal Clooney. This is Maison Margiela. How do you say it?
Maison Margiela.
Margiela.
Well, compared to others,
Just wasn't a good night for a lot of people. It really was not a good night for a lot of people. It wasn't a good night for Amal. It wasn't a good night for Sienna. It wasn't a good night for Beyonce. It wasn't a good night for J-Lo. It really wasn't a good night for Amal.
What about Anne Hathaway? Did you like her and Ralph Lauren?
Oh my goodness. It was simple, we can say that, but why are you wearing why? Why are you wearing
some water or
he's
something.
having a mental break.
Are you
Right?
okay?
You were having a mental break.
No, they are.
As a fashion stylist, I feel like I'm being punked. I'm literally like, what is happening here?
maybe she was cold. Her hair was wet.
It literally is like she's like auditioning for like Into the Woods Part 2, the part of like grown up Little Red
It
Riding
looks Star
Hood.
Warsy.
Yeah.
I don't understand where the hood came
Okay.
from.
What about Cara Del?
get it.
Cara Delevingne, one of the biggest
Delevingne.
models in the world.
Whoa.
What?
Is that?
It's Stella McCartney. I do like pants at a formal event. However,
this is such a
this
formal
is
event.
such a bad
She's
choice.
She's on her dress.
Yeah.
But in the theme of the event, she chose to put cherry blossoms. She
Well-
chose to have fake tattoos put all over her
took
in the
time.
theme of the event.
right.
So at least she sort of went there. She sort of embraced the challenge.
Our final look, we have Miley Cyrus.
What?
Okay. This is
I do feel like I'm being
Alexander
punked
Wang.
also.
It's Alexander Wang, who's one of the biggest designers in the world, who's one of my favorite designers, and I'm literally like, how did this happen? This is a beautiful girl with an insane body.
Did she dye her hair too?
The hair is like that weird gray,
Yeah.
then it's swooped over, it's gelled down, and the dress is just unfortunate.
Okay, Marcellas, did you like any of the
Anything.
I liked Reese Witherspoon last night.
She was just in red, simple,
She was just
strapless.
in a simple, beautiful
Yeah.
dress. Sofia Vergara looked beautiful, although a little wedding-y. There were people that actually managed to look like ladies and dress very well without slipping into
That.
Whoa.
Okay.
Hello.
That. Hello. Well, Marcellas, we always love seeing you. Can you go help Steve with this handkerchief?
Can you?
And then we
I
got
will
it.
go.
Can you go?
Now
Go
he's wearing a
ahead.
banana. Steve is making.
I wasn't done with my banana.
Hold it. Oh,
He's starting a trend.
That makes more sense than this
That
stuff.
makes more sense.
It's practical.
It's spring.
That was my banana.
When we come back,
That was my breakfast.
Donna Mills.
it's art. It's art. There it is. I
Jackson?
think we might have finally our side by side. There you have who wore it better. We have
my
Beyonce.
goodness.
Oh, coming to America.
Oh my
Oh, that's brilliant.